Let me tell you a story. Not about where we've been, but about where we're going. And at the heart of it is a name that still echoes through every stadium, every screen, every beating heart that lived through that unforgettable night in 2023. Cortnee Vine. She was the hero we didn't just want, we needed. The ice-cold finisher in the most pressure-packed moment of the Women's World Cup. The woman who stood over the ball, breathed deeply, and buried a nation's nerves with a single strike. That penalty against France wasn't just a goal. It was a legacy. But since then, silence. Vine, once the electrifying heartbeat of Sydney FC, the face on posters and hearts alike, disappeared from the Matildas scene. Between mental health breaks, injury setbacks, and an unsteady adjustment to life in the high-pressure environment of the NWSL with North Carolina Courage, she drifted from the spotlight. But she was never forgotten. Not by the fans, not by her teammates, and certainly not by Joe Montemurro. The new Matildas coach has made it crystal clear, he sees Cortnee. And he wants her back in the fold. Cortnee's definitely on the radar, he says. But it's not a throwaway line. It's a promise, a bridge extended back to a player who once carried the weight of a country and never flinched. Montemurro understands that football isn't just about form, it's about timing, trust, and belief. And now, as he begins to shape a Matildas squad for the 2026 Asian Cup and beyond, he knows that Cortnee Vine, at her best, is a weapon few teams in the world can match. He isn't just selecting players. He's building connections. He's reaching out to Cortnee and others not just to check boxes, but to bring them home, to bring them back into a culture that is evolving, healing, rising. But the world doesn't stop spinning. While Vine takes her time to recover and recalibrate, others are surging forward. In Canberra, Montemurro watched closely as the next generation made their case. Amy Sayer lit up the pitch with a beautiful brace, a performance that screamed readiness. Kahli Johnson, young and unafraid, added a goal and an assist across her first 2 international appearances. And then there's Holly McNamara, the A-League Women Golden Boot winner, who's already being talked about as one of the most complete forwards in the national setup. It's a golden dilemma for Montemurro. The squad is getting younger, sharper, bolder, and he's not afraid of it. It's interesting that everyone's talking about the next cycle and the aging squad, he says. But there's no fear in his voice, only opportunity. Joe Montemurro wasn't handed a blank canvas. He inherited a masterpiece in progress. Tom Sermoni, during his time as interim coach, laid the groundwork, testing, rotating, and identifying players who might have otherwise gone unnoticed. And for Montemurro, that has made all the difference. It's actually made my job a little bit easier, he admits. Because now he sees the picture more clearly. The profiles are in place. The standards are being set. And he's finding the missing pieces to marry the experience of the veterans with the energy of the youth. And somewhere in that vision, Cortnee Vine still belongs. There's a place for her if she's ready. There's belief waiting for her if she wants it. Because in this evolving Matildas ecosystem, form may open the door, but heart, resilience, and history swing it wide open. Montemurro's project is not about fast fixes, it's about legacy. And legacy, in the story of the Matildas, will always have Cortnee Vine's name etched in gold. So as Australia gears up for Slovenia and Panama in Perth, the buzz isn't just about who's playing, it's about who might return. The Matildas are rising. With new blood. With old legends. With untapped potential. And just maybe, with Cortnee Vine once more in the spotlight, where she belongs.